the way this all went down?
This was simply that the Jacksonville Jaguars were frustrated that Leonard Fournette was not on the field and that his hamstring injury had not quite healed like they had hoped. Not necessarily frustrated with him as a person, but just frustrated that the injury was showing no signs of putting him on the field. So they reached out to the Cleveland Browns, who were not shopping Carlos Hyde, by the way, and in about a day, they made a deal. And so what happens is the Jacksonville Jaguars get someone to come in and be their bell cow and until Fournette's ready, then potentially a 1-2 punch. Meanwhile, for the Cleveland Browns, as you mentioned, Nick Chubb, a really promising rookie, is going to get a lot more carries, as, by the way, is Duke Johnson. So that was one big news for the running back position. Here's another one. Marshawn Lynch has a groin injury that is going to keep him out at least a month. And, of course, for the Oakland Raiders, who have been struggling really this entire season to do a lot of different things on offense, he has been a rare bright spot. Now he is going to be off the field with a groin injury that he had an MRI for yesterday. He got the news late yesterday. We found out early today Marshawn Lynch out for the foreseeable future. Doug Martin going to get the bulk of the carries there.
Big news there for the Raiders. Want to go back to this trade for a minute here. Rough couple of weeks for Jacksonville, struggling offensively, maybe as a result, struggling defensively as well. They have been on the field constantly, last week in particular, because the offense couldn't keep them off of it. Just 19 plays in the first half. Their fewest in a half since 2014. We've talked about Bortles actually playing better without Fournette in the past, but obviously that hasn't been the case these last couple of weeks. So what does this move do for them, Maurice Jones-Drew?
Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars offense goes on a running game that's downhill. Bigger backs, they like to pound you, they like to wear you down. So if you have TJ Yeldon, you have Corey Grant who goes out with an injury, you can't do that. So you go and sign Jamal Charles. It's not really working out with him right now. They may use him in special plays, but you need a big back that can handle that type of load. So you go out and get a Carlos Hyde who can kind of be the guy to come in right now until Fournette's back healthy. Maybe in a couple weeks. We don't know. But Carlos Hyde has been a guy from the Niners, now at Cleveland, who's been able to carry the load and handle it. And when Fournette comes back, guess what? You have a 1-2 punch, like Ian said, that can wear teams down, force teams to do what we call play cover 3, load the box. So then Blake Bortles has easier reads and can complete more passes.
Hyde, number 1 for Cleveland this year in rushing attempts, yards, and touchdowns. What do you think about this deal for them?
You know what? I think it's a great deal. They get a pick, and then you have a young rookie that's been playing well for you. And so now Nick Chubb, who's blasting the scene with a couple carries, a couple big runs, you get to see what he's really about. Is he the guy that we see here that's making big plays, or is he going to be a guy, that you can groom and make better, but you spent a high-round pick on him? It's a chance to get him going and get this young team going as a whole and still be able to be competitive.
Nick Chubb with a big week 4 that kind of throws off this number, 10.8 yards per carry this season. That is number 1 in the NFL. Cole?